How is Andy Burgess at the minute? You've just got a little run of games under your belt after your injury. You must be starting to feel that you're coming back to form. From where I was sitting on Tuesday, it certainly looked like that.
Yeah, I felt like I did well at Histon. I was pleased with my performance at Histon, and first half against Altrincham on Tuesday. Second half, like I say, a little bit direct, but there was still one or two things that I could have done better. Definitely second half on Tuesday, but like I say, if it's going to be a scrap, then I'll scrap. Even though probably people don't think I will, I'll try my best to do that. But when we're passing the ball, like we have done in the last two games, I think I can be influential in that and get on the ball and make things happen, and that's what I'm trying to do at the moment.
I mentioned this to your manager a few minutes ago. 1 defeat in 8. If we said to any side at any time of the year, that's a fantastic stat to have. However, with that there comes a frustration that those wins haven't been there and they're just being points. What's the feeling in that dressing room? Is there that sense of frustration? Okay, we're not losing, but we're not winning at the same time.
Yeah, there's a frustration when you don't win a game of football, absolutely. And when you look around the dressing room, it's been said all season, look around the dressing room, we know we should be winning games at this level. That's a fact. The lads are frustrated that we're not in the playoffs, because I think you look at other squads in this league, nearly every other squad in this league, bar one, I think, we've got as much talent and quality as everybody. And we should certainly be higher in the league, but shoulda, woulda, coulda, don't get you anywhere. You have to go out on the pitch and turn those draws into wins, and that's what at the end of the season is the gets you in the playoffs or gets you promotion.
I don't think I could ask this next question to a more experienced player in this league. What do Mansfield have to do with the squad they've got to put themselves right in that mix, right in that frame to get promotion out of this league? Okay, you're still in it at the minute, but you've just said it yourself. With the players you've got, you should be higher.
I think we have to cut out individual errors, which can be very costly. Since I've been here, I think there have been times where we should have won games, or we should have been in games where we're not in games. By that I mean, if we'd have got the first goal in so many games this season, i.e. Tuesday, we'd have gone on to win comfortably. And I think where we should be winning games and we should be getting the first goal, we should be going 1-0 up, we haven't done. And then a little bit of maybe misconcentration has come in, or people switching off at key times has caused teams to get their noses in front. And I think when teams have done that, I think we've struggled to get back in games, and I think we've lost confidence, because I think we have got a squad of, like I say, very talented but very confident players. And I think when we have, like at Histon, when we have got that goal and gone that goal up, it's given the whole team a lift, and people have looked at each other and thought, yeah, wow, we've got a lot of ability here and a lot of people who can go and make things happen. And I think if we can just cut out individual errors and stay concentrated, stay in games for longer, and maybe get more early goals, I think that'll help us massively.
You're a very honest player, Andy. Last time I spoke to you in the tunnel after, I believe it was the Tamworth game, you were not happy at all with the reaction that what was then called the West Stand gave you. It's now the Ian Greaves Stand. They were very much behind you on Tuesday. They liked the style of football Mansfield were playing, and I imagine from your point of view it was nice to have them on your side.
Absolutely. I can't ask any more of them from Tuesday night. And obviously their argument will be, well, why can't we play like that every game? Ideal world we do. Yeah, they were fantastic. That's what any player would ask of them, to get on our side and support us and cheer us. And it was a million times better to play in front of that stand with them, cheering us on and being positive towards us. And hopefully long may it continue, both us playing well on the pitch and then, which I'm sure they will get behind us in the stands.
There's another opportunity for them to cheer you on. Okay, it's away from home this week. It's against Kettering. What do you make of them?
I think they've overachieved this season with the squad they've got, as have many teams this season. But I think it goes back to the point that I think, like I've said before, I think this league's as weak as it's been for a long time. I honestly believe that. and it proves it with teams like Kettering being up there. And I'll probably get abused for that, but they like abusing me at Kettering anyway, so it'll be nothing new for me there. But I'm very good friends with John Dempster, who's been an important player from this season, and he readily admits that they've overachieved this season. I think Mark Cooper is a very astute manager at this level. He's done fantastically with them over the years. And since he's left, I think obviously they've dropped off a little bit with the results. They picked up one or two here or there, but they'll be hard work and they'll be organised. They have got one or two very talented players. Andre Boucard, who plays in the middle of the park for them, is an outstanding player. I've played against him a number of times, and he's as strong as anybody at this level. He's a very good player. But we certainly shouldn't be going there with any fear of anyone there. We should be going there full of confidence. For me, it's usually a decent surface there, so hopefully we can go there and play football, and hopefully we can go there and get 3 points.
You've labelled them that they've overachieved this year, but you'd have to concede, I imagine, Andy, that they found a way to win, something maybe that Mansfield haven't done at times this year.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I'm not criticising them for overachieving. They've done fantastic for the resources they've had, and for the squad of players they've had. I think they've been massively organised. I think Mark Cooper makes sure that's an important thing, and he doesn't overcomplicate things. I think when he went to Peterborough, I think he did the same thing. He wanted the fullbacks to sit deep, not get forward. He wanted the wide players to go and create things, and he wanted the ball cleared up the pitch and the centre forwards to hold it up. And I think that was his philosophy, and I think that's where they got results. And I think you don't have to be a rocket scientist sometimes to win games, and you don't have to overcomplicate things to win games. And I think that was Coops' philosophy. I played with Coops when I was a kid at Rushden, and he very much just do the simple thing. And I think that's what Kettering did for a long period of this season. Do the simple thing. They got great success from that. And fair play to them. I'm certainly not criticising them for the success they've had. Certainly not praising them for the success they've had either. But fair play to them.
Overachievement's one thing. It'd be fair to say, I think most Kettering supporters would admit this. They've underachieved at home. Only 5 wins at home all season. What do you make of that?
It surprises me really. Kettering, Rockingham Road, or whatever it's got a new name now, has largely been a difficult place to go and play. Certainly, it's different. I went there as a Rushden player a lot, and obviously they're big rivals, but it's never been a very nice place to go. And I think they'll be very disappointed with that. They're very much of the ilk, I think, Kettering, to stand up and be counted and work hard and get in your face, and they'll be disappointed with that home record, I think. And they're still, I'm sure they've still got probably 3 or 4 home games left where they want to improve on that, and we've got to make sure that one of them is not against us.
Now, I've used the word honest to describe you this morning, Andy. Now I want you to give me another honest opinion. What have you done to upset the Kettering fans over your career?
I don't know. We went there. I went there when the year we won the league with Rushden, and we had a man sent off after 20 minutes. It's one of the clearest games I can remember. And we went on and won 2-0, and it's called the Dwayne Derby Derby, I think. Dwayne Derby. It's probably not called that because that's a stupid name, but and he scored 2 actually that night, and it was a fantastic evening. It's the Rushden and Kettering's a massive derby. They absolutely hate each other. I think Kettering fans call them part of Legoland, and I wouldn't want to tell you what Rushden called Kettering's ground, but no, there's a big rivalry there, and obviously I've played a lot of games for Rushden, and I think it just stems from that. And they've got a couple of choice songs about me, I think, and I think it just stems from Rushden. I've never scored against them, I don't think, which isn't a surprise, but I think it just stems from me being a Rushden player.
There's an incentive for you this weekend, is to get on the score sheet, but from a personal sense, you're going into a hostile environment. Okay, they might not like you, but you should really relish that, shouldn't you?
Oh yeah, no, it don't bother me at all. We've got to go to Oxford yet. That's going to be another one where they're going to invite me back with open arms.
Are you the most hated man in this league?
I think so. I don't know why. I think it's only Kettering and Oxford and a couple of other. Salisbury don't like me either. It's something to do with.
You've named half the league.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. No, it doesn't bother me. It's at the end of the day. There's a couple of my friends who will be stood in the Kettering ends, and it's quite funny. I'll jog over the first time and he'll wave. I'll jog back and he'll be chanting stuff at me. So it's quite funny actually. No, it's one of those things. It's football. At the end of the day, I think when Ronaldo left Barcelona to go to Real Madrid, he had 90,000 on his back doing it. So 900 at Kettering isn't going to bother me. It's one of them things. I laugh about it, to be fair.
Thank you, Andy.
No problem.